Hello and welcome to Universus. We are back once again with a market update. I am once again joined by Richard from Card Goblin. And how have you been, my friend?
I'm good. Very busy. Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Yeah, a lot's happened.
Yeah, I mean, with regionals, then Attack on Titan Origins of Power, then
Star Trek.
and then Star Trek on top of that, with Star Trek being released this weekend. It's been a very busy time for you guys, as well as in the background you've been working on a lot of stuff. I guess we could start there. You've recently put a blog post up that you've got some big news.
So for those who don't know, we are opening a shop. Brett, you've been in the know on this for a little while now. That we were considering it. It's happened a lot quicker than it was intending to.
I remember you saying the timeline was like the end of next year, maybe mid of next year, and then out of nowhere it's the beginning of next year.
Yeah, I think for us, it was gonna, in our head, we would have preferred it to be another year or so before we even considered. But sometimes life throws you lemons and you've just got to take them and make lemonade.
That's right. So you're taking over the Church of D20 store, or are you working with...
Yes. So we're taking over. So we're fully taking over. It's gonna go for a rebrand, so it will no longer be called Church of D20. What its name will be, you'll have to wait because we're going to reveal that at some point. We will be getting... Maybe. We'll be getting the community involved in general to kind of help us come up with the name. And the fun thing about that is...
You're just going to end up with a joke because of Goblin. And it's just going to be with these nuts.
It has to be appropriate.
You could literally just have, Mind Goblin. It's like Mind Goblin these nuts. You're not going to get away from... Because your name's Goblin.
So now you're just discouraging me from getting the...
Yeah, it's kind of the goal. You're just going to end up with these nuts jokes.
Honestly, why not though? But in general, it's quite exciting. There's a lot of work. I am now sprinting to keep up with everything. I was already sprinting to keep up with everything, but it's all of a sudden to say, oh, I have to get a shop ready for New Year.
On top of that, you also have to get everything ready for Nationals, because I assume you're going to be in Leeds vending.
We are still doing Nationals. We will still do, as far as I'm aware, in terms of me attending events, that hasn't changed. Don't take that as gospel though. That we may find that we're too busy, but the hope is that my intention is that we'll still come to all the events.
That'd be good. But like you said, depends on what's going on at the time. Unfortunately, you're still going to be a fairly small store. You're not going to be able to have hundreds of staff on. And if there's an event at the same time as a Magic pre-release, a Pokemon set reveal, a Pokemon set release, and a One Piece set release, you may not have the staff to basically manage all those events, as well as you and Tom taking a holiday to come see all of us in Sheffield or Glasgow or Valencia.
Yes, so that is something we are aware of. We have made preparations for Nationals already, so that's already covered. In terms of leading up to the shop, we're going to do the full. It might just be me, but I love seeing how people get from one place to the other place. So I love seeing the how did I open a shop kind of videos. So we are going to do that. We're going to do the entire this is the shop now, and we've got a month to turn it around and turn it into this. Not turn it around in a bad way, because the shop's doing very well in its own right. But
this is the Church D20, and this is how it became X Card Goblin name.
Yes, exactly. So we are going to document that, and that will be starting from sometime next week. You'll get we'll be uploading a weekly video on this is what we've done this week, and come with us to come pick paint colours, and
I mean, you've got to go with the green and white kind of goblin effect, right?
Yeah, so the intention is that it's going to be white with some form of green. It's not going to be quite as dark or as green as the Goblin logo, but it will be probably more pastel.
And I mean, the ultimate solution for you attending events, but while running a store, is for you to host a regionals.
The shop isn't big enough to host a regional
Yet.
yet. And in all honesty, Patriot do such a good job of that, and I don't think we could ever match Sean in his ability to get the community so involved in those. So that is like, I'm more than happy just to be defender and do what Sean tells me to do, and I'm happy to do that. Like Sean is the guy. When it comes to those, Sean's the guy. Like, no intention of running a regional ever.
So you've been in talks since AOT2 Origins of Power came out.
Mhm.
How was the AOT2 sales? How did singles go? And how much product did you end up shifting?
So AOT2 was our biggest release ever. We, in terms of booster boxes, I can't give you an exact number, but we sold maybe like 90 altogether into pure booster boxes.
And then you sold the
and
rest of Black Friday.
And then, yeah, we sold quite a lot on Black Friday. Those were stock we brought in specially for Black Friday. That wasn't leftover stock. Because I was like, oh, it's like our first year doing Black Friday. I want to make it feel, kind of cool. And I snuck in some sneaky deals that were like, oh, if you pay attention or you go on, you'll find that you can get the next Critical Role set cheap or solo leveling decks cheap. Because I was like, why not? It's fun. And it's a nice way to try and give back in a positive way. But in general, the Attack on Titan 2 release was really big. Like the singles, those sold really well. I'm never surprised at this point. Like I say, I'm always surprised. But I'm just like, yeah, the Universus players, you guys just love the game. So the thing that we're trying to work on is price updating more often. So Tom is working on an algorithm that can help us do that, so that we don't quite keep with what I would argue is somewhat inflated prices with pre-release or just on release. Everything's always higher on release because that's how card games work, and then you have your dip and then it goes back up when the meta kind of stabilizes, and then it finds where the card should really sit. And so we're working on a way to try and update those more, because I know some people do wish we updated our prices more often. But it's a lot of work and very tricky for us to do. But we're hoping to find a way.
You should get those powerful cards quite cheap if you haven't updated the card prices.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like if you come to our site and you find, for example, Octodog for 10 quid, it's 10 quid. Get it. I'm not going to cancel your order. I'm not going to be upset about it. It's £10. It's just but when the prices do update, but with that, as I say, you will find some cards that are that I'm unaware are meta relevant, that are cheap, and then you'll find cards that are you'll find let's say it's a Colossal Betrayal, something like that. That it's a free, a 2 quid ultra rare, and on release it was 15 quid or something. But you'll find that. But in general, it was really successful. The best card I think that kept selling was, people are really into the Kenny stuff, like the Kenny hand ripping scenarios. Is it called Enter the Ripper or something?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. That sold really well, and people really wanted that. And then there was some secret rares people really wanted. AOT2 was really, really popular. which is it's nice to see. It's nice to see the game still growing in such a positive way. And I'm looking forward to next year. Like, really am. I'm looking forward to seeing what the sets come with next year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to be sick. But yeah.
I mean, Critical Role is already looking to be very powerful.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see, like, Critical Role going to be the first set, like, major set we're going to have as a store who actually, while owning a physical location. So hopefully it all goes fine. Like Solo Leveling, yes, it's a big release, but it's on a lot smaller scale.
Yeah.
So that will be fine. I have no concerns.
Pre-releases or other events that you can do around Solo Leveling.
Exactly. Like, this is something that I've had to like figure out. It's like we are going to be running pre-releases. Like, Card Goblin is going to be able to run a pre-release, which is kind of crazy to me, and I haven't totally processed it. Like, I'm going to have a weekly Universus event. Like, that's mental.
Yeah,
I'm going to have like and it's really nice to hear like the Loughborough community. That's where Church D20 is currently, and that's where Card Goblin will be. And the Leicester community in general seem really positive about the fact that they're going to have a locals. Like, our friend Ben is really excited that he's going to be able to come and actually play the game outside of a regional, which is exciting. So it's going to be good, and I'm very excited, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge step for the Stars. So how's Star Trek been? This is Star Trek weekend. We've done the previews, and I've seen the cards themselves. And your singles went live yesterday?
So singles have been up for pre-order since midnight yesterday, like early morning yesterday. Yeah. The singles, Challenger deck singles never really sell till after people have received the challenges.
Yeah, so they can fill what they're missing.
Yeah, exactly. But in terms of the Challenger decks, we sold out. I have had a very small restock today. But they are selling really quick. Like, especially is it Tindy? Tindy? That one is so popular.
I mean, they put a card that says you can have any number of this card in your deck, and then limited it to 4 in a deck, so you can't need to pick them all up.
Wow. Okay. So, like, yeah. So Tindy's really popular. All of them are quite popular. We pulled I sent you this one. We pulled the character alt for
Brad.
For Brad. I think the character alt looks sick.
Oh, yeah.
I suspect, and the price does reflect this, that the character alts for this are going to be a lot rarer than Dark Deku. Because Dark Deku, there was only one character alt. Like,
and it seems to get. I mean, you managed to pull 3 in 2 displays, so it kind of made sense.
Exactly.
That you had to judge it based on what you've got your pull rates.
Mm-hmm. So, like, the character rares in general may be the same pull rate, but because there's more of them, it's going to be harder to get the specific one you need.
Yeah, especially given that there's 8. Same with like the Cerritos. And the fact that you're only getting 1 alt-art in a pack as opposed to like the 3 you were getting in Dark Deku, it's also a lot harder to pull. Yeah,
like I it hadn't clicked to me till you mentioned that it was 1 alt per pack again, where it was 3 in Dark Deku. And I'll be interested to see if it's the same with Solo Leveling.
In Solo Leveling, I think it's going to reflect more like Dark Deku. Again, this is just me theorizing, but because every single card in the deck, similar to Dark Deku, has an alt art, it makes more sense for them to go back to that 3-3 split. Rather than going, here's only 1 alt art out of the 60 you can get, and the rest are all just foiled versions.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's strange because the Star Trek Challenger set is so large for a Challenger series set.
It resembles more like the small sets that we used to get back before MHA, along with like the Tekken 6 lines. So it's essentially just under 100 cards.
Like, part of me wonders if it could have just been a set. But so soon after AOT2, it makes sense to be a Challenger.
Yeah.
the only complaint I do have, and this isn't me dragging Universus at all, is they are releasing so much. Like,
Yeah.
there's been, 4 releases in 2 months?
Product fatigue is a thing, because in October we had Dark Deku and Tekken, then we had AOT2, then we've had a month off, then we've had a few weeks off, and then going immediately into lower decks, and then 4 weeks after that we get solo links, then 4 weeks after that is World, and 4 weeks after that is Critical Role.
Yeah. It's a lot. Like, it's exciting, but part of me worries that the amount of product we are getting could impact the quality of the cards.
And product fatigue. People are struggling to keep up with it. I mean, when we were getting 2-3 sets a year, it was a lot easier on the wallet, but now we're getting 4 sets a year, plus Clash decks, plus 12 Challenger decks.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's a lot. And as I say, as you say, just in general, product fatigue is a thing. And I am seeing some of that. And it's understandable. I'm fatigued with all the new Critical Role releases. I'm having to kind of keep up with what's coming next. It's kind of a sprint to the next thing. But hopefully that month off between solo leveling and Critical Role will be a nice refresher for everybody to be able to kind of take a breath and go, okay, we don't need to think about a new release for a while.
Well, that's just it. Once that's out of the way, apart from the 64 people at Worlds and the people going for the last chance qualifiers, you don't really need to worry about the game until the next competitive season, which probably won't start until April, maybe end of March.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got some time to just chill out and just enjoy the game.
Yeah. It's exciting. There's just a lot going on. Yeah. There's a lot of products. There's a lot going on for the business in general. It's all very exciting. Christmas is just around the corner. It's mental. It's all a sprint to keep up, basically. It's how it is.
So with Black Friday and Cyber Monday over, is that the end of deals, or are there going to be any more?
No, there's going to be more. So for the next Friday. So actually, this is a good time for me to mention our Christmas dates, because I will be posting those today. So in terms of the deals, I do intend to have a final Christmas deal up. So that will go up some point in the next couple of days.
Ooh.
I'm not going to tell you what. No, I lie. It's going to be some discounts on some products. And there will be a giveaway.
Nice.
We've also, obviously, you've got your charity event that I'm really looking forward to. And that's going to be very cool. I'm very excited to see how that goes. But Royal Mail, so I'm getting there. Our final delivery dates are going to be very different due to Royal Mail have updated their Christmas times, essentially, because I think they've had a huge influx of post, more than they were expecting, to the point where us sending a first-class Royal Mail thing isn't getting to people till 3 or 4 days after we've sent it. Granted, that could be just our specific location, but I did just see it, and now I've lost it. But our Christmas times, I think I saw, basically, if you're wanting to order anything, second class, I wouldn't order it any later than the 12th of December. Anything first class, I wouldn't order any later than, say, the 16th. And I think our final deliveries will be on the 20th of December, but we can't guarantee you'll get your stuff in time, essentially. Unless you go track 24 or special delivery.
If you're ordering if you're ordering stuff for holiday presents, it's better to order early. The later you leave it, the less likely it's going to be because the Royal Mail system gets overloaded this time of year.
Yeah, like I think they were overloaded with Black Friday, and they're only going to get more overloaded as we get closer to Christmas.
Yeah.
Like even Amazon's overloaded. They can't do next day delivery anymore at the moment. It's all like in 2 days. Like I can't go on Amazon right now and buy something to expect it to come tomorrow. It's if I go on Amazon now and buy something, it would come in 3 days or something.
Oh.
Like granted, that could be down to certain products that I purchase quite often, but like a lot of the things that I'm purchasing at the moment, it's all the day after the next day. That's like a movie title.
That's fair enough. Well, we're going on 20 minutes, so we'll just wrap it up a little bit because, like you said, there's not much to really go over. Is there any last things you want to say to the community? And with the store opening essentially in a month.
Oh God, don't say that.
Is there going to be a opening event?
So we will be doing our official opening day will be on the 7th of January. And we will be doing an event for that. Granted, I know a lot of the Universus community are kind of scattered all over the place, and a Tuesday in the new year isn't necessarily the best time for people to come down. But we will be having some form of opening event, so if you want to attend, feel free. We will also, as I say, we're going to be at the Nationals still, and there's just a lot of exciting things to get done and lots to do. Like I say, there's a lot.
Sort of sense. I mean, it's a fair few hours for me, but I'm sure the Sheffield lot and that aren't too far away from you. And like you said, Loughborough's already got its own Church of D20 community. There's a few Universus players as well as other games that travel to Sheffield and other places. I've run into them at regionals and other places. So it's a great community and a great store you're picking up. It is a shame to see Church of D20 go down, but it's been replaced by a great and passionate owner.
Yeah, so it is all very exciting. Like me and the current owner, because the transition hasn't technically happened yet. But me and the current owner, I would argue we have a very good relationship. Like we've known each other for at least a year now, in like actual knowing each other. So it's felt very natural for them to be like, yeah, no, I know you. I know you've got your own shop. I trust you. Here's my baby. And I've gone, thank you. I will treat this the best I possibly can.
Yeah, this is the second time it's actually happened to me in my lifetime where someone has picked up a store from someone they know and has basically said, I understand and respect what you're doing, and I will do my best to not only respect your legacy as a store, but improve upon it myself.
Exactly, and that's kind of the important thing for us with the current Church of D20 community, is just letting them know that we're not coming in and changing everything. Like we're coming in, we want to keep the essence of the current shop, but just kind of give you more and be open more and just kind of give you more stuff to do with the games you love. And it's really important also for, say, the Universus community. Like I imagine there is some trepidation around like how is this going to affect, say, online store, like the online store, how this going to affect singles and stuff. Like I still intend to push Universus and the singles. Like we will still be this place you can buy your singles, and that's not going to change. Like, and that's important for me to let the community know. Like I imagine a lot of people aren't worried about that, but there might be a few people like, oh, but what if like we have plans in place to make sure that orders that are made, singles are still put on the store, and we keep the store updated on a regular basis. And in all honesty, it might actually mean that there'll be more singles and eventually retro.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have more space to play. You're going to have more staff to do it. So really, efficiency and orders and stuff like that should really go up.
Yes.
But you're going to be busy all the time. Have you been playing any TCG Store Simulator to kind of prepare?
Yeah, I play one of those in real life. I don't need to play the game.
Yeah, but now you got a physical location, so
You're right. It might be a good training video. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Maybe I should do that as part of like one of the like getting ready to own a physical business, and it's just me and Door Simulator for like an hour going.
Oh, you can't play for now. You lose a day to it easily.
True, I would lose a day to it. This is why I don't play games. I can't play games, because if I play games, then I can't business. And if I can't business, then I can't play games.
But the fun thing is you're playing a game that is essentially you playing your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, this is what I do for a living, but I'm not getting paid for it.
Technically, I don't pay myself now. But no, yeah, it's exciting. The store is... It's only going to get better. Like I mentioned it. Like, sorry, I'll wrap up now. But like I mentioned it in the blog that like we have out AOT2 has broke the camel's back in terms of the space. We have outgrown our current space. We are, and it's, in all honesty, it has created some issues on the technical side of the business. Like, it's making fulfillment really difficult because there's not enough space for me to keep cards organized in a proper manner. So I'm kind of climbing over things, and I'm looking forward to, one, getting my house back, because like for the longest time we've been in the office, like the spare room, but it's invaded every aspect of the house. Like the living room is just covered in boxes of cards and order sheets and prepared boxes for orders and picked orders, and like it's just everywhere. So it's going to be really nice to have a dedicated space that is the businesses, and to be able to come home and go, okay, I'm home now.
But we'll wrap it up here, and I'll leave it with one last question of a year ago, when you just were starting out, you were a month, essentially 5 weeks into the business. Did you ever imagine you would be at this spot a year ago?
No. And all honestly, like, no. Like, as I said it before, like, this is why I hold Universus so dear to me. It's like, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Universus community being so supportive and also understanding. Like, we have made mistakes throughout the year. Like, we haven't been perfect. And the Universus community has allowed us to kind of figure ourselves out when we have made mistakes, and like people have given us the benefit of the doubt and allowed us to make up for those mistakes, and and allowed us to learn how to manage things. Like we've gone into a game that doesn't have the support in that way, and we've had to kind of learn how to do it ourselves. And it's truly is. Like, it's all down to the Universus community that we are where we are now.
And to think it all came from one random Facebook comment asking you if you were picking up the game.
Yeah, this is your fault, Brett. Like, it's your fault. But no, yeah, I can't thank you. I can't. Yeah, truly, it's just I can't thank people enough. Like,
yeah, no, you took a suggestion, you ran with it, and it's put you into this amazing position. It's all down to you, man. And the community will only match your energy. So if you're being genuine with the community is going to be genuine with you. So it's just a great aspect to see.
Yeah. It's all very exciting. But I'll let you wrap up, because I know this is getting long.
It's getting long, and I've got a lot of editing to do, and I've not got time to edit tomorrow because of the event. But and you've also got to get your store running, as well as all the singles that are going to be coming in for Universus. I'm going to be keeping an eye on those characters, because I know they're going to drop in price.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. But, as I say, have an amazing event tomorrow. Is it being live streamed?
Yes, it should be me and Connor live streaming it tomorrow. We currently have 5 people signed up, but there's a few more people waiting to sign up, so it won't be the biggest event, which is good. We should get it all done in one day. But
that's still amazing. Yeah, so it's very exciting.
I only set the charity target at 100, so if we get essentially 5 more people, we've hit the target, and I'm happy with that. it's going to a good cause. It's getting awareness, and it's people seem to be really down for it.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I'm really excited for you. So yeah, I'll tune in.
Awesome.
But, yeah, thank you for having me.
No worries. I'll catch you in a bit, and good luck with getting set up the rest of the start. I look forward to seeing the first video.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Right, bye.
Bye.